All right, good Monday evening, everyone. It's weather for Weather Geeks time here on the 20th day of May, 2019. A different day today after yesterday. We hit 87 yesterday, just too shy of the record, and our warmest day since September the 21st. It's been a long time since we've been as warm as we were yesterday. But today, in the wake of a cold front, it was a different day. We had kind of a mixed bag of clouds and sun. You'll see that on this time lapse from our camera in Niles. This is, of course, 422 across from the Eastwood Mall. We're looking east here. Camera's going to tilt up in a second. There we go. We had some blue sky for a time this afternoon, but the clouds eventually started to win the battle by the end of the afternoon and into the evening hours, and it's fairly cloudy out there this evening. What a change, though. 23 degrees cooler than 7 o'clock on Sunday evening. It was still pretty close to 80 Sunday evening at this time. Now we're back in the 50s. We'll end up in the low 40s by the end of the night tonight. So, pretty big change, and nothing unusual for this time of the year. We're still in a transitional season after all. We're still in spring. We're going to have some ups and downs, no doubt. All right, let's talk a little bit about the big national weather story this evening. This is the big-time severe weather outbreak that really is just getting started. Now, these watches have been out for a few hours, but I'm expecting the next few hours, Eastern time, say between 7 and 11, to be really when things go crazy here, especially in parts of Oklahoma. Tornado watches extend from, roughly San Angelo, Texas, up through Oklahoma City, over into the Ozarks of northwestern Arkansas, southwest Missouri this evening as well. And, this is pretty remarkable. The Storm Prediction Center did go out with a high risk of severe weather today. This is something you do not see very often out of the Storm Prediction Center. The top end of their categories here, their severe weather categories, this is something you might see every couple of years, something like that. They do not pull the trigger on this unless they are absolutely certain there is going to be a big ticket severe weather outbreak. Now, of course, we've had a handful of tornadoes already this evening, but again, I'm expecting the next few hours to be when it gets pretty bad, kind of in this corridor through here. From now through about 11 o'clock or so Eastern this evening, there's probably going to be more supercells that erupt, and any of them can produce not only just, not just a garden variety tornado, but a long-tracked, violent tornado. Wouldn't be surprised if we had some high-end EF3, 4, or perhaps even EF5 tornadic activity across this corridor over the next several hours. When we look at some of our severe weather indices, they're almost off the charts. The color bar only goes up to this kind of ugly-looking, kind of brownish color. It's at the very top end of the scale for the significant tornado risk over the next few hours. Same idea with the supercell parameter. In fact, it goes off the color scale where you see this kind of open area right here. That means my color table doesn't go up high enough. So, again, this is all still yet to come this evening. Even though there hasn't been a whole lot of tremendously significant tornadic activity just yet, prime time is still yet to come this evening. So I'll be posting some about that, especially on Twitter. I tend not to hit my Facebook page too much with weather outside of our area, but on my Twitter page, I'll be commenting on the severe weather over the next few hours out in Oklahoma and Texas. Back here at home, fairly cloudy evening. I think the sky will clear some later on tonight. Now tomorrow's going to be a nice day. It's going to be cool with a northeasterly fetch off of Lake Erie. I think there'll be some high cirrus clouds that filter in for the afternoon, but still not a bad day. Just not exactly shorts weather. We'll stop at about 63 tomorrow afternoon. Now a warm front will chug back in on Wednesday, and Wednesday will start a much warmer pattern that will last probably at least a week or so, if not 10 days. Now, could there be a shower by the end of the day Wednesday? Yes, but I think at this point it's pretty low chance proposition. I think there's a higher risk of wet weather Thursday afternoon. This is a dying cold front coming our way Thursday. It's really going to run out of gas, but it probably will be enough to trigger a few showers and perhaps some thunder before Thursday is through. I think we'll squeeze in a dry day Friday. Here's my first take on the Memorial Day holiday weekend. I'll get my head out of the way here. I think it's going to be a pretty warm weekend. I've been talking about this for several days in a row now. I think we'll be north of 80 for a lot of the afternoon hours over the weekend. Saturday may be the warmest of the 3 days. Saturday might also be the day we have the highest risk of showers and thunderstorms, although it's pretty early in the game to, really differentiate between the 3 weekend days. Today's only Monday, but at this point, a chance is there all 3 days of some showers and some thunderstorms. And it does look pretty toasty for the holiday weekend, a lot like last year. So in the 6 to 10 day period here, from the end of this week through the middle of next week, real high odds of above average temperatures for that stretch, both high temperatures and low temperatures. Now, as we wrap up May and head into the first few days of June, I do think the cooler air will start sliding east, cooler air relative to average, and you see that reflected here in the 8 to 14 day outlook. So about 2 weeks from now, when we're flipping the calendar over into June, it's probably not going to be as warm as kind of the period surrounding Memorial Day. You're going to start to see some of this cooler air bleed east. It doesn't look real crazy cold or anything, but I think it'll be at least back to normal, if not a little below average, perhaps, during that first week of June. So early June, probably not as warm as late May. But we've got plenty of warm weather coming our way over the next week or so. I'll have more updates on that, of course, on future editions of Weather for Weather Geeks. Thank you, as always, for watching, and I'll see you back here on Tuesday.